Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life by Brian Tracy. Chapter 7, Putting People First. Part B. Building Your Network. Here is a great exercise for you. Over the course of the next 6 months to a year, make a list in a notebook of the 100 most important people in your community. As you gather these names from the newspapers, from conversations, from news broadcasts, and from your work as you move around, begin to think of how you could get to meet and know these people. Remember, the more people you know and who know and think about you in a positive way, the more successful you will be in every area of your life. Once you have your list of 100 people, you should add to it regularly. Begin to network systematically with these people. Once you have a name, think of how you could communicate with that person. The simplest way of all is to write a letter expressing your opinion on something that the individual is involved in, or simply expressing your congratulations on the person's success for something recently achieved. Be patient when you start to expand your circle of contacts. Don't expect the person you wrote to call you back or to come in your door to meet with you. You are in the business of sowing seeds. Sometime down the road, you may see that the person has done something else and you can write another letter. Over time, these little efforts will begin to bear fruit. Patience pays off. I write letters continually to people that I meet throughout the country. I always send a copy of a poem, sometimes a book, sometimes an audio program or something that I feel the other person would enjoy. I have done this over the years for hundreds and perhaps thousands of people. Now, wherever I go, people come up to me and remind me that I wrote to them and sent them something, often years ago. A couple of years ago, I was in Washington, D.C., at a high-level conference, and a senior person from one of the largest organizations in the nation's capital came up to me and reminded me that I had written to him and sent him something 5 years before. He still remembered. After this meeting, over time, I got to know him very well. He has now introduced me to a variety of other powerful people. These new relationships have turned out to be very enjoyable and productive for me. They all started with me sitting down and writing a friendly letter. Advancing your career. Fully 85% of the best jobs in the United States are filled through contacts, rather than through want ads or recruitment agencies. Someone has the need for a particular job to be filled and lets it be known within a network. The word goes out from person to person, and an individual who could never be found any other way often surfaces and is directed, as the result of personal connections, to a job for which the person is well suited. Many people have found that by broadening their contacts whenever they got a chance, they have changed their work lives profoundly. When they did change careers, they just happened to know the right person who was in the right place to make the right introduction to get the right job that saved the individual years of hard work in reaching that same level of responsibility and income. Be a joiner. The major focus of networking developed by most high-achieving men and women and self-made millionaires is their regular involvement with groups, clubs, and associations that contain members who can be of assistance to them in their particular fields. In my own experience, moving from one city to another, I found that by joining certain clubs and organizations and getting involved, I was able to develop more friendships and make more progress in a couple of years than many people had made in 10 or 20 years. Make a decision, right now, to join one or two clubs or associations. The first association you should join should be the one for your profession or occupation. If you are in real estate, join the real estate board. If you are an entrepreneur, join an entrepreneurial association. If you are in sales, join a club like Sales and Marketing Executives International. When you join a professional association, don't make the mistake of merely attending the meetings and going home. This is what 80 to 90% of the members do. They may get some benefit from their membership with the organization, but nowhere near as much benefit as you can get by becoming more involved. Here is your strategy. When you join a club or organization, get the membership book and look at the various committees. Ask around and find out which of the committees is the most active and important to the organization. Sometimes it is the membership committee. Sometimes it is the government relations committee. Sometimes it is the education committee or the fundraising committee. But whatever it is, find out what committee seems to have the greatest impact on the health and growth of the organization, and then volunteer to serve on that committee. There will almost always be an opening for someone willing to help. Donate your time. When you attend meetings of that committee, develop the habit of raising your hand. Volunteer for assignments. Volunteer to write things. Volunteer to do work that needs to be done. The rule is this: in every organization, fewer than 10% of the people do most of the work. On any committee, fewer than 20% of the people do more than 80% of the work on that committee. Your goal is to be among that top 10 to 20%. The most important committees attract the best and most important people in the association. These are the kinds of people that you want as part of your reference group. These are the kinds of people that you want to form relationships with. These are the kinds of people whose names you want for your Rolodex, and who you want to be a part of your professional network. Performing for your peers. One of the great advantages of serving voluntarily on a committee for your association is that you get an opportunity to perform in front of your peers, but without ever attempting to impress them or to get them to give you anything or do anything for you. Every time you accept a responsibility and fulfill it completely, they make a silent note of it. They may not say anything aside from an occasional thanks or congratulations, but they are making mental notes, which will serve you in good stead later on.